Because the reason that we know anything about the Navy SEALs Fund was because we reached out to Dan and we asked him for guidance as an ex-SEAL on how and who we could work with that was small enough but big enough that we could really do some serious work. And with that, we were introduced to the Navy SEALs Fund. So Dan, come on up. It's been a little while since I got to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Just so you want to know, any of the amazing tactics at Warrior Week that were learned with water, for those who have ever experienced it, where we'll go, Dan, come on up here. He learned it from the man behind me. So Dan, I would love, let's grab a microphone. And Coach Sam, I'm gonna have you come down here too. Because a lot of our relationship has been built with you two together here in the beginning. I love it. Now, Stan, can you see a slight resemblance? It's like two fucking twin brothers up here. Coach Sam saw the very first two hours of what Dan Cerillo was throwing down with training with our warrior men. And Sam looked over at me and he goes, I'm in love with all of it. And over the last 2.5, 3 years, Sam has studied like a maniac to learn some of these tactics. But Dan, I'd love you to share a minute about why you're involved with the Navy SEALs Fund and ultimately what you see as a valuable play with the Navy SEALs Fund. You were the one that introduced us. So why do you sit on the board? And also, what do you see as the actual benefit to what's happening in the fund these days?
Hey, how you guys doing? Everybody raise your right hand. Raise your left hand. Give yourself a high five. There we go. Hey, I want to tell you first and foremost, it's truly an honor to be standing here in front of you. I listen to a lot of shit, but the one thing that I actually listen to is him. I've been in those dark valleys you've been to. I've been through a murder trial. I've been through a wife dying of cancer. Luckily, she lived. Long battle. I've been fired. I've been shot, blown up, stabbed. I've had every fucking thing bad that can happen in the world. And every now and then, I get in a bad little place, and I pull up a message. Stop fucking lying. That one means something to me. It means something to me a lot, because I look at myself and I go, stop fucking making excuses. Look at who you are. Look in the mirror every fucking day and say, you are the baddest motherfucker to walk the earth. I'm not the greatest. I'm not the greatest. Being the greatest means you're self-inflated and full of shit. I'm the baddest man to walk the earth because I've walked over fucking burning coals. I am first and foremost a family man, period. My wife and my children are absolutely everything. I look in the mirror and I love myself, and that gives me the ability to love my family. It gives me the ability to be a great businessman, et cetera, et cetera. I've created business, I've lost them. This year I was asked to sit on the board of the Navy SEALs Fund. In 2008, many of you guys do Memorial Day Murph, correct?
Yeah.
I'm one of the guys that started it. We started in a little gym, 1,500 square foot gym, my first business. We decided to raise money for our fallen friends. So there was nothing that really existed at that time. We raised $25,000. Every single year past that, I've taken on a big event. Some kind of torturous, stupid thing the little fat, short guy can do. Ironman, Bataan Death March, around Alcatraz swim, whatever. I raise money. I don't have any advertising. I don't do anything. It's all word of mouth. I send out some emails and I tell people, hire me. By virtue, the Navy SEAL Foundation asked me to be an ambassador for Washington State, and I raised money for them. The Navy SEAL Fund asked me to be part of that. And the big difference was this. The foundation is great. They help guys. They help active duty guys and help guys about 2 years out of the military. But they don't help everybody. The Navy SEAL Fund was created by my friend, my teammate, my brother. Like you, I belong to a very, very special brotherhood, very tight-knit brotherhood where we can open up and be part of something. He asked me to be part of it, and he's asked me to sit on the board and help me make decisions. Because one of the things I'm able to do is I run events, adventures. And in those adventures, I write a check from those adventures, and I send it back. He said, do more of that. Do more of it. And I considered it a great honor. He goes, I can't pay you anything. You don't need to pay me a thing. I work for one of the richest men in the world. He created Google. I get to sit in his thing. How can I now give back to my brothers? I sit on the board, and 100% of those donations go to that. not one of us take a dime. Not one of us. They bought me a plane ticket to came here. I donated $1,000 back to them. I don't want anything from them. What you have to understand is just like you, there are men in the SEAL teams who are hurting. They're too proud to admit it, though. Just the other day, I went to Idaho. I punched my buddy in the face. I stuck him in the back of a car after I knocked him out, and I took him to rehab. That's the only way he's gonna fucking listen. It's the only way I communicate. I'm not a good talker. Not a good talker, okay?
That is true.
They talk about the hose. I'm great with the hose. My kids know about the hose. We don't talk about much. Do what I fucking tell you to do right now, I'm giving you the hose. Simple. I sit on the front of that board, the board of that fucking board, god darn it, I can't talk, right? Because I have to become the voice for those guys who won't talk. So I've decided to become the guinea pig. Every year I take on a challenge. Next week I'll go to Mexico and I'll participate and be a participant in an experimental brain treatment. It's very, very controversial. It's illegal in America. I'm going as a representative of the Navy SEAL Fund, and if it works, I will then raise money for those guys to do it. If it doesn't work, then I'll deal with the consequences from it. That's my duty. That's what I look in the mirror and consider a great honor for me to take part of. I am their voice now. In January, I'll go to the Bahamas, and I'll become part of an experimental stem cell treatment. Because they won't ask for it, therefore I'm going to give it to them without them asking. The money that's raised by him and many other men like him, that's what that money goes to. We had a young man too proud to admit that he's failing. His family lived in an RV broken down in Montana. They had no electricity. They had no water. His kids started suffering. And so he said, okay, finally, I'll take the VA loan. They needed $5,000. He's too proud. Word got around to us. We said, okay, you're not going to fucking ask for the money. We're going to give it to you. 24 hours, we had a $5,000 check to him for the down payment of his house. That's what we do. There's no bullshitting. There's no circumventing. There's no board meetings. We send an email, approve or unapprove. You better fucking approve or get punched in the face. Hurricane just came through. We had Frogmen Brothers ask charities for help because they lost their houses completely. Their houses are gone. Those charities said, talk to FEMA. Phone calls came out, send them the fucking money right now. 14 of us went down there with chainsaws, and we cut our way into guys' houses to get them out and get them evacuated. Put them in hotels and got them taken care of. Transported wherever their families needed to go. Within 24 hours, that's what we do. I work for a brilliant man, and that man understands what I'm capable of. He's hired 100 guys just like me. And we go all over the world doing humanitarian work, completely unadvertised, completely anonymous. That's my mission. That's my mission. And I'd ask all of you to find one mission in your life. This is your mission now, but how do you now give back? How are you going to give back? What can you do with 1 penny, 1 cup of coffee, etc., the fucking United Way speech, whatever? But on my end, on the Navy SEAL Fund, what you don't understand is these men have done incredible things, fought incredible battles. Just like the Army, just like the Marine Corps, we're nothing different. The only difference is there is zero advertising. You've heard about one mission. You only hear about the ones that go wrong. We have a lot of them go wrong. We have a lot of them. A lot of men are torn up. They're torn up physically, they're torn up mentally. They have microblast injuries all through their brain. I had 4 of my friends commit suicide this year. When they cut their brains open, they said not one NFL player's brain even matched what these brains look like of Navy SEALs. Because we threw everything in excess, breaching charges, concussion grenades, hyperbaric grenades, rockets. It gets on. So, I'm proud of what he does. I'm happy that he donates, and I'm happy if any of you ever take an opportunity to do it. I just want to tell you one thing. Sitting in this room, you've taken a brave step. I'm proud of you. I'm fucking proud to be in front of you right now. Thank you so much for your time and listening to me. You guys have a great day.
2 clap! Boom! 2 clap! Boom! 2 clap! Boom! Stand up! Stand up! Oh, you know what time it is! You know what time it is! We're gonna do this differently! Bring it in, pack it in, pack it in, pack it in!
Oh,
we're gonna do it our way! We're not gonna say thank you. None of that shit. We're gonna do it our way. Oh, you better do this right, because he's gonna punish you. He's gonna punish you. Oh. Jump! Punish them. Bellies! Bellies! Bellies now, on your bellies! Find a way! Go now! Feet! Bellies! Feet! Bellies! Feet! Feet! Jump! What's the word? Be careful. What's the word? Jump! You got 10 seconds to get back your seat, or else you're gonna go on your bellies.